Everyone living at Colony Apartments still under an evacuation order after a string of issues were reported earlier this week.
Colony Apartments, which offers subsidized housing under Section 8 vouchers, is located on West Beltline Boulevard in Columbia. While investigating a murder there Tuesday, tenants told Columbia police they had been living without heat or water for several days over the Christmas holiday during frigid temperatures. City leadership then deemed all units were unsafe and evacuated the people living there. Nick Neville is following the story. He's talking with officials. And Nick, do officials know when the residents are going to be able to get back to their homes?
Dondi, Judy, so the exact timeline is unclear. Initially, they'd hoped that they could bring some residents back starting today, but multiple gas leaks on the property in the last 24 hours have pushed that timeline back. We should note some utilities have been restored, but Columbia Richland Fire Department Chief Aubrey D. Jenkins tells me that they want to ensure that every single unit is safe before allowing those tenants to come back. In the meantime, those tenants are fed up.
I pay my bills here, so therefore I would expect y'all to put us in something better. If we pay our bills, at least have some courtesy. They didn't.
Frustration boiling over for Colony Apartments tenants like Andrea Franklin, who are still under an evacuation order. The property's ownership company, the Monroe Group, has paid for vouchers at nearby hotels, but Franklin didn't feel the conditions there were suitable for her and her 8-month-old baby.
And then when we get to the hotel, it's roaches and it's just disgusting. It's just down. Like, there's no point in sitting here moving us from one place to another dirty place.
This comes as Columbia Code Enforcement, along with the Columbia Richland Fire Department, spent today checking every unit for potential violations, quality of life issues, and to ensure each unit has working smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors.
Some of what we find is that, people are, they having to use these gas stoves, and they're actually using that stove to heat their apartments up. So if they don't have a CO alarm in there, obviously, you're dealing with the carbon monoxide, and that's that silent killer. So we got to make sure that they do have those CO alarms in there.
Columbia police data shows that there have been 10 code violations at the property in the last 2 years, mainly having to do with trash overflowing. Another tenant who wished to remain anonymous tells me she feels like management doesn't care about her or her family.
This is where we have to be. Like, people don't have a choice to be here. We're not here because we want to be here. We're here because this is where we have to be. And, I understand y'all do whatever you feel like you're doing to make everybody comfortable, but at the same time, bare minimum isn't acceptable.
I asked the mayor's office, given whether potential violations of city ordinances, code violations, and also the recent history of crime here, whether they would be looking into declaring Colony Apartments a public nuisance and shutting it down. The mayor's office says that all options are on the table. Columbia Police, for its part, says that they are not recommending that step at this time. Reporting in Columbia, Nick Neville, WIS News 10.
Nick, thank you. And earlier this afternoon, the Columbia Police Department, Columbia Richland Fire Department, and Complex Management met to talk about next steps. Now, the management company, the Monroe Group, has not responded to multiple requests for comment.